Hi guys, how you doing today? This is D. Darrell Spears with D. Darrell Life Solutions. Today's topic we will discuss issues of coping with a loss after the holidays and getting started with these things for the new year. You're having these same issues in the upcoming new year. And so one of the reasons why I want to talk about this is because this is the time of the year where usually during the holidays towards the end of last year and early part of this year, people who are grieving, people who have issues of dealing with the fact that they were unable to have a particularly, whether it's the first year, 10th year, 15th year, it doesn't matter. But this is another holiday, another Thanksgiving, another Christmas, another New Year's Eve, New Year's Day without that particular person. And so the aftermath of that, as you embark upon another year, can be somewhat, repetitive. Meaning, just think about before the holidays of last year, how you went about 2023 coping with the loss of that loved one. And then you go about again throughout the year, just processing and going through that journey again, going through, doing things throughout your life. You're engaging, you're working, raising kids, grandkids. You're working on yourself. You're doing recreational activities. You're traveling. You're with friends. You go through other different trials, tribulations, and problems. And amidst all of that, when those holidays like Easter come up, those holidays like the 4th of July, Labor Day, or whatever family traditions you have, you tend to try to divert away from thinking totally about that person, and you allow yourself to get crowded with other different activities that can minimize you reflecting and processing that person no longer being here. Then towards the end of the year, it becomes difficult because those are the more important holidays of the year. And I would say Christmas because of the religious meaning, and also giving and all different Christmas traditions and families all together. It makes it a bit more difficult. So now you're basically trying to transition from that fatigue of the holidays, and then New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and now you're entering to what's now February, pushing into springtime. Okay? How can would be the question, how could I do better this year? Now, this is not a New Year's resolution. This is basically a challenge that you're giving yourself, a therapeutic challenge of how I can cope better this year than last year. Now, I cannot promise as a therapist over the time it's going to get more easier or more difficult. I can't tell you whether or not the love for that, not necessarily the love, but how much you miss that person will minimize, or how much you may grieve, or how much you may not allow your thoughts to monopolize that your dad is not here, that your husband is not here, that your wife is not here. I can't tell you that. I can't promise that because everybody's different. But what I can say is that through the grieving process, you're going to experience some level of depression. You're going to experience some level of anger. You're going to bargain. Okay? We want to gain acceptance. Usually during this time, through the holidays, you may experience either one of those things, particularly the bargaining of what I could have done better, why I could have did something better, what events I could have engaged in to change the outcome. But in our actuality, logically speaking, there was nothing you could do to change the inevitable. Okay? So this video was pretty much created today for those who are grieving, those who are looking at the past 2 or 3, 5, 6, 7, 10 years even of, am I repetitively doing the same thing? Am I getting better at grieving? Am I totally gaining acceptance and will always cherish the memories? And even in a short moment, I may get emotional or I may think about things and grieve for that short moment, but I don't allow it to hinder my ability to function. Or are you a person right now that's struggling in all levels of grief? So I wanted to kind of talk about those things to give you some information to feed on as far as what that looks like, how you're feeling, whether that's something you can relate to. Because again, everybody grieves differently, everybody deals with things differently. But I specifically wanted to identify how difficult grief can be after the fatigue of going through holidays. And then you're starting another year and you just want to cope and deal with things a lot better. So again, guys, this is D. Durrell Spears with D. Durrell Life Solutions. Have a great day.